And if you, when you become more professional, you suck the juices in between the legs. I'm not joking when you do that. It's not a joke, I'm not putting you on the spot.
You're making me look stupid!
So even though Sweden is like one of the best English-speaking countries in the world, except for, of course, America and Great Britain, the truth is that even though, you know, he can come there and speak English, there's going to be a certain outsider feeling, but naturally, I think. I mean, you've already shown an interest in the language, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of felt that way before. When I worked at McDonald's, I was the only white guy there. A lot of Mexicans, but they would always speak Spanish to each other all the time throughout the shift, and even on break they would all sit together and talk in Spanish, and I always wondered, you know, what they were saying, and sometimes I could hear my name, you know, they do a name drop, I hear, you know, and I'm like, is this good or bad? I don't know. And
which
you know,
naturally happens when you're, you know, with people who speak the same language as you, but,
right.
you know, if he's going to move to Sweden, that, you know, creates a certain barrier.
Yeah, I don't want Swedes to have to always cater to me just because I only speak English and, you know, understand a little bit of Swedish and maybe speak just the basics of Swedish. Like, I need to get going with, you know, the learning Swedish, and I think it would be easier, you know, and they would probably be like, oh wow, they would kind of be impressed, like, oh, this guy knows Swedish, and, you know, like, if they want to explain something really fast, then they're not going to, you know, it won't be such a barrier, you know, with that.
Yeah, because that happens a lot when, you know, when I have like a Swedish friend over or something, and, you know, I can't think of what something's called in English, and I just have to tell my friend just real quick in Swedish, but then, you know, automatically I'm excluding him.
Yeah, I understand that. That's one thing, you know, she's got to have, you know, she's got to be comfortable, you know, with her friends, and, you know, obviously they're speaking Swedish here and there, and it's not a big deal to me, really, but I mean...
But if we moved there, it would be a big
exactly
deal, because then you'd be surrounded by it, like, 24/7.
Right. Then it would be a problem.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and the whole job part of it.
Yeah, finding a job for me over there, you know, I would have to really learn Swedish. It's important, especially in the job field. I mean, there's a lot of people there that speak English. Like, there's a lot. But, you know, I don't want to, once again, I don't want to, you know, have to just resort to that, or just only be seen as the guy who speaks one language. That's not what I want to do. I want to, you know, broaden my skills and, you know, be there and be like, hey, well, I know how to speak this and this, and, you know, it'll make me seen in a different light. So that's what I want.
There are a lot of immigrants in Sweden who don't speak Swedish very well, and there are jobs there, but
I don't want to be super limited.
Yeah,
you know.
Of course.
Oh my goodness.
There's the baby.
This might sound like a shallow reason to stay in the country, but we're just not quite done with America yet. I mean, he's lived his own life, but I really haven't, and I mean, it's such a big country that he hasn't even seen, like, nearly all of it at all.
Well, I've been to places, but,
yeah.
You know, there's a lot more I want to see and do.
Yeah, I mean, even, like, the little things, like, that really, those are the ones that really matter, I think, the little things, like, all our good friends here, like, who are in the same stage as us in our lives, where, you know, some of them have kids already, some really want to have kids soon, and it's fun to, like, go through those stages in life with really good friends who you've known for a while. And if we move to Sweden, I mean, I only have a few friends left there, and I just think that the friends we have here, we can kind of relate to them more in where they're at in their lives. And so, not that we wouldn't have friends in Sweden who want to have kids, but it's just so spread out at this point. Like, you know, we would make friends eventually, but it would take a while. That's
exactly, yeah, we'd have to start from the bottom up and build that foundation of trust and good people, and, you know, excluding the bad, and, you know, people. And
it's hard finding good friends. It is, and we have a really good group of people here right now.
Yeah.
And it's the little things too, like going camping in California or in America. Like, it's just beautiful here. Like, I never was a fan of camping in Sweden. I never liked it, but here we have the luxury of having a lot of beautiful lakes, wonderful areas that we could go camping in or at, and I think that that's hard to give up.
Yeah.
Those are like the cheaper summer vacations that we can usually afford, and they are great vacations, even if it's just over a weekend. And me and Nick are obsessed with road trips.
Yeah.
We love doing that, and
Yeah.
that would not end if we moved to Sweden. Like, I used to go road tripping with my friend Sophie all the time in Sweden. Like, I love it. But the truth is that Sweden is like the size of California. So once you've gone up and down the country a billion times, then you've done it a billion times. Here in America, there's so many different states. They all look different. There's so many more places to go that we're just not done with it yet.
Yeah, but when and if we do go to Sweden, I am looking forward to, obviously Sweden is, Europe. Like, you have all those countries that are just like all the states over here in the U.S. and
Yeah.
That's a lot of shit over there that I haven't seen, and I'm looking forward to all that too. So it's not like you're just hitting a brick wall, like, oh fuck, I don't know what to do or where to go.
We have to stay within the border of Sweden.
No, but I mean, that's a good opportunity. I'm looking forward to seeing all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So another reason why we feel comfortable in America at the moment is because of our personalities here. Even when she was back home in Sweden, she felt that she wasn't really, like the typical Swede, like very reserved and kind of an introvert. Kind of just felt out of her element there, and it's the reason why we got married. Because I'm a bold, colorful guy, and I don't mind saying hi to strangers, and I'll speak what's on my mind. I'm pretty blunt, very outspoken, opinionated.
Not to say, of course, that no Swedes are like that.
No, but I
in
mean,
general, I think you probably noticed when you visited too. It's like
just to tread lightly, you know, and yeah. So for a guy like me, coming in there, and it's just like it's gonna be a little tough to break the ice, but I think they'll come around. But yeah, that's why we feel we feel more fitting here though at the moment, and
yeah, living in America really helped bring that side of me out that I knew I had in here. I knew I had it inside, and it was frustrating because I felt like I couldn't always show that side in Sweden because we avoid our neighbors. It's hard to say hi to strangers, and I was like that too, and I hated that I was always so scared of those simple things that would make life more fun. And it's like, here we go to the grocery store like 1 a.m. in the middle of the night. We know the night staff, it's open, some stores open 24 hours a day. We know the staff, and they're like, hey, happy New Year's, what did you do yesterday, what did you do this last weekend, and how's the kids, we're asking them stuff. And it's like, when I lived in Chicago, when I got on the bus, I was always so shocked because there was always someone who wanted to talk to me, about anything. I could talk to them about whatever, and I loved it. And so that's really made me more open to it. So I feel like if I go back to Sweden now, and I start acting like that to people, I know that some Swedes would tell me no, we would be fine, people love it when you're socializing in Sweden, when you just talk to them. But the truth is that a lot of people don't. They don't. It's awkward and it's uncomfortable, and I think that once you break the ice, it's all good. Once you get to know people, it's all good. I actually talked to some people who are Swedish, who lived in America or in another country for a while and then moved back to Sweden, and they personally told me it is hard. You're not the same person as you were when you left, and you start seeing those things that kind of bug you a lot more. It's easier to see those things, and it does get frustrating when you say hi to someone and they're just staring at you like you're about to kill them. And because I used to be that person too, when someone sat next to me on the bus and there were other seats available, and I was just like, oh god, the anxiety of that, it's ridiculous. Now when someone sits next to me on the bus or the train in America, I'm like, hello, nice to meet you, how are you? And we start talking. It's all good, and that's something that I would definitely miss if we moved back to Sweden.
Hello.
Oh,
I decided to stay.
what?
I'm moving in.
What has happened? Is the departure late?
I have a list here of everything that I'm going to need. Cigarettes, tape, blocks, My flight got delayed.
Somehow I don't believe you.
Now this is obviously a very, what do you call it?
I don't know.
A difficult topic, like a sensitive topic.
Not really.
See, that's what's funny now, because I said sensitive topic, but he goes, not really, because he's Californian, and I'm from Sweden, and I know how sensitive Swedes are going to be about watching this part of the video. Because, okay, in California where we live, it's legal. I don't smoke it, I don't really like smoking in general, I don't like that stuff, but you actually don't really like smoking cannabis either and getting like high off of it.
No.
But the truth is, with cannabis,
Sometimes.
yeah, very rarely though. The truth is that cannabis has so many good things about it, like CBD oil, which is like stuff the Swedes don't really learn about, and they don't research, and they don't understand it, so they're scared of it. And I get it, because I used to be so against like every kind of drug before I came to America, because I was raised like that. That was just what every Swede said. That's just in general what, you know, the idea of drugs are, and cannabis is no different according to a lot of Swedes, not all Swedes. And that's a problem, because this drug, or not drug, plant, I guess you could say, is amazing, like so amazing. We have oils at home, we have, you know, lotions or whatever. And
Yeah, for like pain relief and
yes,
stuff like that.
he lives with arthritis, I have IBD, you know, he has back pain, shoulder pain, ankle pain, every pain, chronic, you know, chronic pain. And this is the sort of stuff that we use cannabis for, to help, to relieve, to get through the day, because what he has, it's not going to cure itself, it's not going to go away with time. And so the fact that Swedes are very uptight about cannabis, and I don't think it's going to become legal in Sweden anytime soon, that makes it a little harder for us, because we do want to live in an area where that is accessible, especially to Nick.
Now that I know the benefits of it, you know, physically and, you know, mentally at ease, you know, because it takes the pain away, it's going to be tough to not have that as a kind of a to take the edge off, you know. It's going to be tough.
Because it doesn't take the pain away completely, but it takes away that worst part, so that he can, you know, get a good night's sleep, or
Well, it kind of resets my insanity, you know, like just when I think that I can't escape the pain enough, then, you know, this CBD oil really helps out a lot. And the fact that Sweden isn't open to that, and they're reserved about it, and it's seen as like a bad thing, like, it's kind of a fucking downer to me. And I just wish that they would be more open about that, because it's not really a scary thing.
I mean, just the other day I saw an article in a Swedish newspaper on Facebook where, you know, it was about cannabis and people commenting, and there are definitely Swedes who defend it and say, hey, like, you guys haven't done your research, obviously, you don't know what this is all about. Do your research first and then tell us what you think. But there's so many uneducated comments out there about cannabis where people basically think it's just a drug like any other drug. It's basically like meth. Anyone who smokes it becomes totally useless in life, can't do anything. And here's the thing. We know people who smoke cannabis all the time and they're fine. They go to work, they do their thing, they live their lives. We also know some people who totally screw up their lives because of it. Not necessarily because they're like so addicted that they can't do anything, but they become lazy, they overdo it, they use it as a way of like an excuse to like just get tired and go to sleep instead of doing something with their lives. But that's kind of up to them. It's not the same thing as like doing meth or cocaine or whatever. I mean, Denmark has opened up their laws now about cannabis, and I'm really excited about seeing where this is all going to go. Yeah. But for now, it's not legal in Sweden, and since we just started using it.
And CBD oil,
nice.
Let me add, CBD oil does not get you high.
No.
It's an ointment. It's an extract from the THC plant. It's not, it doesn't get you high, you know? Like, it helps with the pain, and it's useful for a lot of different things.
Yeah,
so,
like there's some oils you
know,
can eat. You have a drop and that's it, or you can vape it. Or...
Yeah, I'm just surprised that at least they're not. Why don't they have like CBD oil there? You know, at least, you know,
yeah.
just
For medical
start merging that out there. You know, not like slanging weed, you know, like I get that part of it, you know, that's fine, but it's, geez man, like it's not like it's altering my perception, and I shouldn't operate heavy machinery for putting on CBD oil, you know, on me. Like, what the fuck's that gonna affect? Nothing.
There are pain medications and drugs that you've been given by doctors that were a ton stronger and worse than CBD oil, and were a lot more dangerous for you to use and a lot unhealthier.
Do they have like strong pain meds like that in Sweden too, where you shouldn't drive?
Yeah, and people abuse those. People are on drugs in Sweden. People drink alcohol. I think alcohol is 1 billion times worse than CBD oil. And the fact that Swedes don't open their minds and they're very uptight about it sometimes, they're very negative without really listening to what I'm saying. With that said though, as much as I've talked to people in my, you know, surroundings in Sweden who are uptight about it, I also have a lot of friends who are very understanding about it, especially when they hear points of views like Nick's. It's like chronic pain, there's nothing the doctors can do about it, and this oil that doesn't get him high helps him. It seeps into his skin and that's it. And so how bad could it really be? Like, you know, so it helps with seizures and stuff like that. I mean, that's been proven, and I think that because I actually saw a documentary recently about this, it's because of those videos of proving that cannabis can stop, for example, seizures and chronic pain. They are now doing a lot more research about this topic. So I think that within like 50 years from now, we're going to be way ahead in the future. I think that cannabis is going to be a big part of the world in a very positive way. And until then, we're just going to be patient and find other ways if we ever do move to Sweden.
Yeah. I guess I'll stock up on the alcohol.
See, that's healthy, right? Yeah, drink your pain away instead. That's what we're going to make people do instead. Anyways, I hope that you found these topics interesting, and the next video that will be up will be about the complete opposite of why we do want to move to Sweden and why we are considering it. So, hope you enjoy that.
Bye.
Bye.